The Mazda CX-5, introduced for the 2013 model year, gave the world of small crossover SUVs a new dynamic benchmark. Not because it was the fastest of its kind, but because its routine handling and steering exhibited nuance. It was simply a crisper and more satisfying crossover to drive than rivals such as the Honda CR-V and the Toyota RAV4. And it didn't come at the expense of utility because the first-generation CX-5 had competitive amounts of room and cargo space. For the redesigned 2017 CX-5, Mazda has kept all of this intact while also giving this small crossover a more refined and upscale feel. This year's CX-5 is more comfortable and quiet to drive on the highway. Mazda has also upgraded the cabin materials, and the result is downright beautiful. Additional convenience features have been added, especially for the range-topping Grand Touring trim, which has proven especially popular among CX-5 trim levels. Notably, forward collision warning with automatic low-speed emergency braking is now standard on all CX-5s. Before, it was optional. Overall, we're impressed with the 2017 Mazda CX-5. It's a more grown-up compact crossover than its predecessor, yet it doesn't cede any ground in its hallmark driver-centric nature. If you're looking for a small, affordable crossover that feels as if it should cost considerably more, the 2017 Mazda CX-5 is a good first stop. What's new? The 2017 Mazda CX-5 has been fully redesigned. Though its dimensions haven't changed, it's smoother and quieter to drive. Other improvements include sharper styling, a more upscale cabin and some new features. Its engine and automatic transmission are largely carried over, though last year's manual transmission is no longer available. Don't be fooled by the sport billing of the base CX-5 trim level. It's no more sporty than the rest of the CX-5 range. The sweet spot is the touring trim. It retains the 17-inch wheels, which we like, of the base sport model and adds many comfort and convenience items. We'd leave it at that. The preferred equipment package has a sound system that will appeal to audiophiles but includes a sunroof, which takes away some headroom. Go for the all-wheel drive model only if you frequent slippery conditions often. It's a great system but costs extra and takes a minor toll on fuel economy. Trim levels and features. Mazda offers the 2017 CX-5 crossover in 4 trim levels: Sport, Touring, Grand Select and Grand Touring. All have front-wheel drive and offer all-wheel drive as an option. The sole engine choice is a non-turbocharged 2.5-litre 4-cylinder, 187 horsepower, 185 pounds-to-feet of torque, which is mated exclusively to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Standard equipment for every CX-5 includes a 7-inch touchscreen with Mazda's Connect infotainment system, a backup camera and a 40/20/40 split folding back seat that reclines. Sport models are the base variant. In addition to the above, the Sport comes with 17-inch wheels, LED headlights, cloth upholstery, a 4-speaker sound system, Bluetooth and 2 USB ports. It's not quite bare bones, but if you want anything beyond this, you have to step up to the next trim level. Touring models add a pretty big dose of comfort items that most buyers will find appealing. Included are full keyless ignition and entry, heated front seats with lumbar adjustment and simulated leather upholstery, dual-zone automatic climate control, a 6-way power adjustable driver's seat, 2 additional speakers and 2 more USB ports. It also receives additional driver assistance features such as blind spot monitoring with rear cross-traffic alert. 2 option packages are also available. The Grand Select variant goes even further in the luxury direction, adding 19-inch wheels, automatic turn swiveling headlights, a moonroof, a power liftgate, automatic wipers, leather upholstery, an 8-way power adjustable driver's seat, auto-dimming mirrors, a premium Bose audio system, a navigation system and satellite radio. The Grand Touring includes all of the above, along with additional standard safety features that include adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning and mitigation, lane keeping assist and automatic high beams. An option package for the Grand Touring adds a heated steering wheel, heated outboard rear seats, a head-up display and a power front passenger seat. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically comes in multiple versions that are fundamentally similar. The S in this review are based on our full test of the 2017 Mazda CX-5 Grand Touring, 2.5 liters inline-4, 6-speed automatic, AWD. Driving. Mazda's penchant for handling prowess is alive and well in the CX-5. If your commute involves any twists or turns, you might not consider any other crossover. Just don't expect to get anywhere fast. The CX-5 thrust is ultimately meek when you really push it. Otherwise, it's an easy car to live with. Acceleration. The 2.5-liter provides underwhelming acceleration from a stop or while moving. Overtaking on the highway requires some planning. A sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour on our test track took 8.7 seconds, quick against rivals with similar engines. However, many vehicles in this class offer upgraded engines. Braking. It's easy to bring the CX-5 to a smooth stop with the moderate pedal firmness and predictable brake effort. It took 121 feet to stop from 60 miles per hour, an average stopping distance in this class. Steering. Steering is weighted a bit heavier than in most crossovers, reflecting the CX-5's sporting intentions. It's never difficult to turn, however, and parking lot maneuvers are executed with ease. A slight build-up of effort at higher speeds helps you know exactly where the wheels are pointed. Handling. This is where the CX-5 excels. Since it's sharp and communicative, you can take corners at speeds greater than rivals without squealing tires or feeling as if you're out of control. The car is unfazed by quick left-to-right transitions. This is the best handling small crossover. No doubt about it. Drivability. The transmission doesn't immediately jump into the highest gear possible under moderate acceleration, which helps with everyday drivability. It's reluctant to downshift, waiting until you really give it the beans. In sport mode, the transmission hangs onto gears until you totally back off the gas. Comfort. The CX-5 has a comfortable cabin that most people will find quite pleasant. Noise levels are low and the climate control system excels. A few minor annoyances: a ride that's firm and a rear bench with little thigh support keep it from being the ultimate passenger-friendly vehicle. Seat comfort. The front seats are shaped well and envelop the body comfortably, though the side bolsters squish to the side during hard cornering. The rear bench is flat on the bottom, which might make long-distance driving uncomfortable for rear seat passengers. However, the rear seat back can now recline. Ride comfort. The suspension setup that makes the CX-5 a world-class handler also gives it a ride quality that is firmer than what you'll find in other compact crossovers. However, mid-corner bumps barely faze the CX-5, and it never feels floaty. Road imperfections are dealt with immediately. Noise and vibration. Noise isn't an omnipresent issue. Wind and tire noise is really only evident at highway speeds. Even then, you won't have to raise your voice to talk to passengers. Engine noise is apparent from moderate to heavy acceleration. Sport mode hangs onto gears, prolonging the raucous note. Climate control. The dual-zone automatic climate control system works well to keep temperatures constant, aided by the Touring's rear air vents. Heated front seats are toasty in the highest setting, and the heated steering wheel warms quickly. Controls for the rear seat heaters are awkwardly located in the armrest. Interior. The cabin is very much driver-oriented, with excellent visibility and a superb driving position. The short center console and wide gap between the brake and dead pedals are a boon for tall drivers. It's slightly less friendly to backseat passengers since there's less room than in some rivals. Ease of use. All controls are within the driver's reach. The center display loses touchscreen ability while the car is moving. It's controlled by an easy-to-use knob near the shifter, and doesn't wash out in sunlight. The driver armrests aren't tall enough to rest your elbow and still grip the steering wheel. Getting in, getting out. Step-in height is a couple inches taller than that of most cars in this segment, but most people will find it easy to enter the CX-5. The tall doors mean you don't have to duck. Exiting is also simple, though passengers sitting behind tall front occupants might have to scrunch their legs to leave. Driving position. The driver's seat offers a lot of vertical adjustment, from low slung, for a crossover, to bury your head in the roof. The front of the seat bottom raises fairly high, offering plenty of support on long-distance drives. The steering wheel also offers a nice range of tilt and telescoping adjustment. Roominess. The CX-5 feels spacious up front, and there's enough headroom for tall folks all around even with the sunroof. Rear passengers might feel cramped by the sculpted outboard seats, which also make it difficult for an adult to sit in the middle. Rear legroom is a little tight. Visibility. An elevated driving position, Tall windows and narrow pillars make this an easy car to see out of. The exception is in the 3/4 view. The window is a bit smaller than those of competitors but provides a decent view to limit blind spots. Standard backup camera provides a high-def rear view. Quality. There's not a single cheap-feeling trim piece in the CX-5 Grand Touring. All materials, from the leather upholstery to rarely used switchgear, feel expensive. The only disappointments are the malleable side bolsters that rub against the center console in turns. Everything else is exceptional. Utility. Cargo area is a little small for the class, but you still get the capacity expected from a crossover. The rear seats fold nearly flat at a pull of the remote release latches. The cargo cover is cleverly attached to the hatch, so you don't have to bend over and shove items in. Seats fold 40/20/40. Small item storage. Storage spaces abound, with every door sporting spacious pockets with water bottles cutouts. The center bin is deep but not especially wide, though there's a secondary bin in front of the shifter for extra storage. There's a shallow tray inside the rear armrest complete with USB ports. Cargo space. The cargo area is a bit smaller than in competitors, but we were able to fit 2 large suitcases without impeding rear visibility. The loading height is a little taller than many in this class, and the door opening height is a little shorter. We dig the nifty retracting door-mounted cargo cover. Child safety seat accommodation. 4 slots on the outboard seats allow access to the latch anchors. It's easy to push past the slots, but the anchors aren't set a bit. The tethers on the seat back are easy to reach, even with the cargo cover in place. Push down on the plastic tab that keeps stuff concealed to access the tether. Towing. The CX-5 can tow up to 2,000 pounds. This is above average for the segment, although the Ford Escape and Hyundai Santa Fe can tow up to 3,500 pounds with their upgraded engines.